The sun hung high over the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, casting a golden glow on the bustling campus. Students hurried to and fro, their laughter echoing under the shade of towering palm trees. Chike Okonkwo, a final-year engineering student, adjusted his fitted shirt and jeans as he walked toward the debate hall. He was the pride of his department, charismatic, brilliant, and destined for greatness. Inside the hall, the air buzzed with excitement. Posters advertising the annual campus debate competition lined the walls. Chike took his seat, scanning the room. His eyes landed on a young woman in a colorful hijab and flowing skirt, her confidence radiating as she spoke passionately about justice and equality. She was Amina Suleiman, a law student from the north, known for her sharp mind and unwavering principles. Their eyes met, and for a moment the world seemed to stand still. Chike felt a spark he couldn't ignore. After the debate, he approached her. "That was incredible," he said, smiling. "I'm Chike." Amina smiled back, her eyes lighting up. "I'm Amina. And you were pretty impressive yourself." Weeks turned into months, and Chike and Amina became inseparable. They spent hours studying together under the large tree near the engineering block, sharing dreams and laughter. The campus became their sanctuary, a place where their love could flourish away from prying eyes. One afternoon, as they sat under the tree, Amina opened up about her family. "My mother expects me to marry within our tribe and faith," she said, her voice tinged with sadness. "She says love is secondary to tradition." Chike sighed. "My father is the same. He's a chief, and he's already planning my future. But it feels right." Amina nodded, her hand finding his. "It does. But what happens when our families find out?" Chike squeezed her hand. "We'll face it together." The news of their relationship spread like wildfire, reaching Chike's family in Enugu. Chief Okonkwo, a stern man in traditional Igbo attire, summoned Chike home. The Okonkwo living room was filled with cultural artifacts, masks, pottery, and woven baskets, but the atmosphere was tense. "How could you betray our family like this?" Chief Okonkwo thundered. "A Hausa-Muslim girl. Have you forgotten who you are?" Chike stood his ground. "Father, I love her. She's not just a Hausa-Muslim girl, she's Amina. She's kind, brilliant, and she makes me happy." "Happiness?" his father scoffed. "Happiness doesn't feed the family. Tradition does. End this relationship, or you're no longer my son." Meanwhile, in Kaduna, Amina faced a similar confrontation. Her mother, Amina Suleiman, wept as she pleaded with her daughter. "Amina, you know our values. Love cannot break the bonds of tradition. End this before it destroys you." Amina's heart ached. "Mama, I love him. Why can't that be enough?" Back on campus, Chike confided in his best friend, Emeka. "I don't know what to do," he said, his voice heavy with despair. "I can't lose her, but I can't lose my family either." Emeka listened quietly, his expression unreadable. Later that night, he met with Chief Okonkwo in a dimly lit cafe on campus. "I have information," Emeka said, his voice low. "Chike and Amina are still together. They're planning to defy you." Chief Okonkwo's eyes narrowed. "Thank you, Emeka. You've done well." When Chike discovered the betrayal, he confronted Emeka. "How could you do this? You were my brother." Emeka looked away, guilt etched on his face. "I did it for your own good. You were throwing your future away for a girl." The betrayal shattered Chike and Amina's world. Chief Okonkwo arrived on campus, demanding that Chike end the relationship immediately. Amina's mother also showed up, pleading with her daughter to return home. The couple stood at the center of a storm, their love tested like never before. "I can't do this anymore," Amina whispered, tears streaming down her face. "I can't keep fighting everyone." Chike's heart broke. "Amina, please, don't give up on us." But the weight of their family's expectations was too much. Amina walked away, leaving Chike standing alone under the tree where they had shared so many memories. Months passed, and Chike threw himself into his studies, trying to forget the pain. One day, as he walked past the debate hall, he saw a familiar face. It was Amina, but she looked different, tired yet determined. "Amina," he called out, his voice trembling. She turned, her eyes widening in surprise. "Chike!" They stood there, the silence between them heavy with unspoken words. Finally, Amina spoke. "I couldn't stay away. I tried to forget you, but I couldn't. I love you, Chike." Chike's heart soared. "I love you too, Amina. But what about our families?" Amina took a deep breath. "I've been thinking. Maybe we don't have to choose between love and family. Maybe we can find a way to bring them together." Chike and Amina decided to take a bold step. They organized a meeting between their families on campus, inviting them to witness their love and commitment. The meeting was tense at first. Chief Okonkwo and Amina Suleiman sat on opposite sides of the room, their expressions stern. But as Chike and Amina spoke from the heart, sharing their journey and their dreams, something shifted. "We understand the importance of tradition," Chike said, his voice steady. "But we also believe that love can bridge any divide." Amina nodded. "We're not asking you to abandon your values. We're asking you to see that our love is real and worth fighting for." There was a long silence. Then, to everyone's surprise, Chief Okonkwo stood. "Perhaps we've been too rigid. If this love is as strong as you say, then maybe it's time we accept it." Amina Suleiman wiped away a tear. "Amina, you've always been strong-willed. If this is what you truly want, then I will support you." The story ends with Chike and Amina standing at the edge of the campus lake at sunset, their hands intertwined. The sky was painted in hues of orange and pink, the water reflecting their shared resolve. "We did it," Amina said, her voice filled with wonder. Chike smiled. "We did. And this is just the beginning." In a world bound by blood and tradition, Chike and Amina chose love. And in doing so, they found a way to bring their families together, proving that even the deepest divides can be bridged by the power of love.